This is a matchup we have been waiting for. Two elite wide receivers. They bring a great skill set and swagger, hoping to use this showcase to show they are the top receiver in the country. Welcome to beautiful South Florida and Hard Rock Stadium, the home of the Miami Hurricanes. As we'll see, last season's national champions, a group with a lot to prove here today. Taking on a playoff team from last year, the Miami Hurricanes. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Chris Fowler here with Kirk Herbstreit. Let's get this thing underway. The kickoff team on the field now as they get set to send this one away. Fields it inside the 5-yard line. He'll be tackled at the 18. That's good coverage there. So the Hurricanes offense comes onto the field for the first time today. We've got a quarterback here coming off a sensational performance, Kirk. He sounded very confident when we met with him this week, but let's see if he can build on that this time.
Yeah, I think the last game that he played, he just threw the football on time. He didn't try to do too much, found the open receivers, took what the defense gave him, and as you had mentioned, we had a chance to talk to him. I think that's what he's looking to try to do, not try to live up to the hype, just put together another solid performance.
Caught behind the line. It's Gilbert. They get him down quickly. Not much of a gain on that completion. What's the play call here on second down for this offense? Quick pass. The catch is made. Zero running room. Stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Big moment on the opening drive. They face third down. Dropping back. It's Anderson. Looking for a man deep on the right side. Oh, and it's dropped. A chance for a big play here in the early going, but some jitters on the part of that receiver. And at fourth down, they'll punt it away here. The fair catch made at the 25-yard line. And, Kirk, this is going to be fun. One of the best edge matchups we're going to see all season long. Elite wide receiver, elite corner, both competitive guys ready to go at each other.
And you know this corner, we had a chance to visit with him this week. He wants to be on an island against one of the best receivers in the country. And he's going to get that chance today to have a chance to showcase that he, in fact, is the top corner in college football.
Off an RPO, the quarterback looks to his right. And he's tackled for a loss after the catch. The defense all over that one. Just underway, and this home crowd is fired up and ready to make a difference today. And it's good for a first down to the 36. A running play gives the offense a fresh set of downs. On first down, why not keep it on the ground? That's a nice tackle there by the senior. Second down after that run on the previous play. Off the RPO, caught to the right. Defense surrounds him. Just a short gain on that completion. Offense facing a third and short from the 41, and they make the first down and avoid a tricky fourth down decision. QB decides to keep it here. Stopped right there at the line. No gain. Punt team ready to boot it away. See if he can make something happen with the return. And the coverage team able to bring the returner to the ground. And the Hurricanes offense retakes the field. The last possession, they were forced to kick it away. Can they finally get things going this time? Only a small gain. Now looking at 2nd and 9. Dropping back. It's Anderson. That's caught. It's Moore. Tackle made after a nice pickup on the play. First down here for this offense. He's looking to throw. Taking a deep shot here to the right. He makes the grab. Tackle made, but not before he reaches the 44.
Just a great throw and an even better catch here by Miami to be able to come up with a big play for this offense. And oh my gosh, just an embarrassment of riches when it comes to Miami in the wide receiver position. And you could say not recently. They've had some pretty good players, but you go back, Michael Irvin, Andre Johnson, Reggie Wayne, Santana Moss. I just could keep going and going when it comes to the Canes.
They've got him, but that completion good enough for first down yardage. Here's the snap, and he's looking to throw. Fires it to the wide out. Catch is made down the middle. They finally get him, but a big gain moves the ball to the 10. Now the timeout is called by the defense. They've got some things to work out here. Looking to throw it on first down. Here's a screen pass to the running back. And he will be stuffed for no gain. Coming to the line on second down. This is important. They want to avoid a third and long. Here's the snap, looking to throw. Here's a quick screen to the receiver. Brought down at the 2 after the catch. The offense close to punching it in. Crucial third down coming up in the red zone. Can he keep the drive going, or will they have to settle for 3? Can he get there on the ground? They bring him down short of the end zone, but this will set up a first and goal. The Canes line up with a first and goal. Here's the handoff on first and goal. They test the middle of the defense, but get nothing. Goal line formation for the defense. On the ground, trying to muscle it across the line. And he's in for the score. Touchdown, Miami. Runner shows toughness and will, refusing to be brought down. Ends up in the end zone.
Yeah, that defender had no chance bringing down this ball carrier by himself. That's why you better have a couple defenders, or else you're going to have more touchdowns like this.
Now the try here for the extra point. And the PAT makes it 7-0 Dolphins scoring. Kickoff team out there. They are fired up after just scoring a touchdown. And he takes this from inside the 5. And he stopped at the 20. Tried to make something happen, but that's good coverage there. And now from the pistol formation. They flip it to him on the jet sweep. Solid run. They'll bring it down at the 28-yard line. Second down after that previous play. Here's a quick throw off the play fake. Tackled at the 32. That's enough for a first down. Quarterback still with the football. So an early season test for both teams, a top 25 matchup. Both trying to get off to a quick start here, Kirk, and set the tone for the rest of this one.
Well, that's the beauty of these matchups early in the year. You're either going to come out fast or fall flat, and one of these teams will experience the latter. This game is crucial for kick-starting your team in the right direction for the season. These kind of games create that type of momentum that they can carry with them on a week-to-week basis. Now they go with the option, and they didn't fool the defense at all. You know, this defense has worked all week on defending the option and being fundamentally sound. That time, really good job with assignment football. Nowhere to go in a very short game.
After the second down incompletion, they'll have to convert here on third down and 8. Dropping back, looking to throw for the first down. Contact as he threw it. Pass ball is incomplete, but there's a flag. Will it keep the drive alive? Obviously, the defense will decline that penalty on the offense and take the result of that play. Third down try fails, and they'll punt it. He was hoping that would check up, but a big bounce sends it into the end zone for a touchback. On first down, it's play action. Looking for the wideout. That's reeled in. It's Carr. They get him now, but the gain moves the ball up to the 36.
Look at this, Chris. After that big gain and a first down, they're already at the line of scrimmage, ready to get this up-tempo offense cranking.
Caught over the middle. It's Gilbert. They make the tackle, but not before a solid gain on that pass. Off play action, he's looking to throw. Looks toward the sideline, finds the running back. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. They'll try to move and change here on the ground. Fighting for yardage, but the defense stops him just short of that first down marker. The Hurricanes will bring their punt team onto the field. Looking to kick it away for the second time. Fielding the punt, looking to improve field position here. The returner is tackled by this punt coverage team. Here comes the offense, hoping to get a drive going. Good throw by the quarterback off the RPO. And the defense swarms not much of a gain on that completion. Second down play coming up. It's a quarterback keeper. And the senior able to make the stop after a short gain. The offense now looking at a 3rd and short from their own 40, trying to keep this drive going. Grab behind the line, it's Erickson. He stopped, but he gets a first down. Quarterback pulls the ball, it's a keeper. He's got the first and still going. They make the tackle, but that play moves it inside the red zone.
You talk about a headache for a defensive coordinator. You got to plan around that kind of speed and discipline and elusiveness from a quarterback like this. Man, it creates nightmares that this defensive coordinator, I'm sure, dealt with.
Pre-snap motion from the receiver. Quarterback keeps the football. And they'll stop him short of the line to gain. Back behind the quarterback, a line in a pistol. And the quarterback keeps it on the option. End zone ahead.
And I love to watch the execution of this option play. Right now, the defense has no idea if this quarterback's going to pull it or if he's going to give it. Here he pulls it himself, finds yards, and comes up with a touchdown.
And they'll set up for the PAT. And he knocks it right through. He got momentum after scoring that touchdown. Now the kickoff team out there to kick it away. Return starts from inside the 5. And for the first play of the drive, they'll set up at the 16. Try to catch the defense with the draw. Going to try to run inside, but nowhere to go. Now it's second down here. Swarmed by the pass rush. A sack.
You know, a lot of times we get caught up, Chris, in the one-on-one battles with the receivers and the DBs. Here's a great example of up front, the offensive line and the defensive line. Who wins that battle? This time the defense wins it, and they get the sack.
So here comes 3rd and long. Giving up that sack has made this a real challenge for the offense. To throw, it's Anderson. Finds that big tight end for a short pass. The completion picks up about 8 yards, but sets up a 4th down play now. They'll kick it away here. And the returner brought down by the coverage team. So here comes the first play of the drive. They'll begin from their 47. And the quarterback keeps it here. Defense makes the tackle as the final seconds of this first quarter run out. We are deadlocked at the end of a fun, competitive first quarter. Let's check out the stats so far. And as we move to the second quarter, you hope these teams will build on a promising start. Here we go. First play of the quarter. Offense setting up for a second down play. QB decides to keep it here. He'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. A running play gives the offense a fresh set of downs. And they're moving the receiver now before the snap. They'll hand it off. Breaks an open space. And the sophomore brought down after an excellent run. That's a solid run, good for first down yardage. Same tailback, another carry. It's good for a 3-yard gain, so 2nd and 7. Oh, what a move. Picks up a gain here. They'll stop him just a few inches short of the first down marker. And the crowd coming to life here, trying to help this defense down in the red zone. Quarterback will throw it off the one-pass option. They don't convert. In fact, he's tackled for a loss on that third down play. So the decision is to not go for it, but settle for 3. Here comes the field goal team. Oh, and he's off target. It's no good. He missed it, and the game remains tied.
That's a missed opportunity for some points here. The way they were moving the football, I thought maybe a touchdown, at the very least 3 points, but instead, he shanks it.
And the Miami offense is back on the field. Last time was a quick 3 and out. Can they get a drive going this time? That's reeled in. It's Moore. And he'll make his way out of bounds after gaining decent yardage. Back to pass. It's Anderson. And he finds the running back in the flat. They bring him down quickly. A short pitch and catch to get a little bit closer to the marker. So from the 28-yard line, it's a 3rd and manageable here. Looking to pick up the first down through the air. Looking to set up a screen pass here. Drop for a loss after the catch on 3rd down. Sets up a 4th down now. And they'll kick it away here. And that sets up a return. And the coverage team makes the stop on this return. Offense back out there trying to get something going. They start the drive. They could throw to the left side. Brought down, but broke a tackle to produce a solid gain there. Offense getting set. It's 2nd down. Quarterback still with the football. He's got the 40. QB in the clear now.
Chris, I don't care what era we're talking about in college football. Defending the option when it's really well executed, one of the toughest things that defense can do, and this quarterback deserves a lot of credit. A great feel of when to pull it and when to give it. This time he keeps it himself for the touchdown.
Here comes the point after attempt. PAT makes it a 7-point lead. So after putting up the touchdown, the kickoff team is out there to boot it away. Fields it just outside the goal line. Not much on the return. They'll stop him at the 24. Good coverage. And here comes the Miami offense back out onto the field. They're coming off a 3 and out, looking to produce a positive drive here. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1. Running play goes backwards, makes it 2nd down and 12 now. Fakes the handoff here, looking to throw it. Caught in the backfield. It's Gilbert. And the sophomore able to bring him down quickly. They punted 4 times already on the verge of a 5th. They can't convert this 3rd down. Looking to pass. It's Anderson. Taking a shot deep down the right side. That one falls incomplete. They tried to press it deep, but now it brings up fourth down. The Canes will have to punt this one away. On to kick now for the 5th time tonight. And the returner decides to signal fair catch. And the offense trots back onto the field here. And the wideout goes in motion. But the play loses yardage. Very tough second down coming up now. The offense behind the 6, off schedule there after the first down play. He's got room to run. Nice run. He's brought down to the 44. What will the call be on 3rd and long now in the 44? They'll run it here. Breaks into the clear. And that gain moves the ball across midfield. First down coming up from the 46. Fresh set of downs for the offense. First down. Offense moving receivers around now before the snap. It's a quarterback keeper. First down, looking for more now.
Boy, it's fun to watch this guy run the quarterback option. This time he keeps it. Big positive yards and a first down. The defense has got to figure out a way to slow this guy down.
Looking to pass this time. The short completion of the tight end. Defense reacts quickly. A very short gain on the play. Second down after that short completion. They're going to run it here. And that run produces a decent gain. And here comes the noise. This crowd is trying to inspire this defense to make a big red zone stop. Bringing pressure. Oh, down he goes. It's a sack.
With 3rd and 1, and they decide to throw the football. The defense was not surprised at all. They catch a break, come up with a sack.
So looks like they'll bring the field goal unit onto the field. And he's got it, no problem. And they add to their lead.
I was watching this guy in pregame. He's got a strong leg. Not surprised here he's able to put 3 points up here for the offense.
They come away with 3 points on the drive, and now the kickoff team will boot it away. He'll return it from inside the 5. And he stopped at the 19. Good job by the coverage team. And the Hurricanes offense retakes the field. They were held to a quick 3-and-out last time, looking to put together a positive drive here. The gain is 4, so it's 2nd and 6. Scanning the field, it's Anderson. Grab down the middle. It's Gilbert. They bring him down, but the drive has now reached the 35. It's a 1st and 10 play coming up for the offense. There's the snap. Quarterback setting up the throw. Screen to the receiver in the flat. And the defense smothers him for no gain. Here's the second down play. Off the play fake, looking to pass it. On the run, he'll let it go. He's got a man down the middle. Brought down, but crosses midfield to the 46. Here comes a handoff. The gain is 3. Now it's 2nd down and 7. Pulls it in. It's Carr. Nowhere to run. A corralling for no gain. They come to the line, a long way to go for the first down, but needing this crucial conversion right now. On 3rd down, he drops to throw. He'll throw it now. Finds his man. It's Sharp. The defense stops him just short of the marker. That'll bring up 4th down. From the shotgun, drops back looking for an open man. It's complete. That's enough for a first down. Brought down, but it's past the line to gain. And the Canes will have 1st and 10 here. Offense looking to throw the ball. And it's incomplete, just out of reach. A little too much on that throw. Second down after the incompletion. And the quarterback dropping back. Dumps a short throw down to the running back. Tackled quickly after the catch. He'll be short of the marker. Okay, we reached the 2-minute timeout. The offense some work to do here, trying to cut into this lead before halftime. Come up on third down. Solid drive. Defense trying to get off the field here. Dropping back. It's Anderson. The pocket breaking down. And it's caught off the deflection. They make the stop, but it'll be first down from the 13. The Hurricanes looking to take advantage of the red zone trip here. Caught over the middle. It's Moore. Tackled after the catch, but the ball moves to the 4-yard line. And now a timeout quickly called by the defense as they try to get everybody on the same page here. Here comes a crucial second down play. Every yard tough to find down here in the red zone.
Hey, it's not a lot, but it's enough to get the first down.
And now the defense decides to spend the timeout to regroup a bit. They'll try to run this one in. He fights in for the score. Touchdown, Canes.
Of course, we're still early in this football game. We're in the second quarter. It's a critical touchdown to get their confidence to believe that they can come back and still win this game.
Extra point try coming now. The extra point cuts the lead to 3, 17-14. Kickoff team out there. They are fired up after just scoring a touchdown. He's going to return it from near the goal line. Solid job by the coverage team. They bring him down at the 16. So the first play of the drive here coming up. Less than 2 minutes left on the clock. Oh, the quick throw falls incomplete. Offense lines up for a second down play off the incompletion. Here's the snap. Quarterback looking to throw. Grab down the middle. It's Erickson. Receiver brought down after a short pitch and catch. Offense breaks the huddle and gets set. It's third down.
Boy, this back is having some kind of game today. He just continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over 150 yards now, and this defense has no real answers in trying to keep him contained.
To get him down quickly, not much of a gain on that completion. Offense getting set up. Here's second down. Quarterback drops back, probing the secondary. Caught by the receiver. They tackle him at the 43, but that's enough for a first down. Got a solid drive in the making here. First down at their own 43. On first and 10 here, looking to throw the ball. Looks to the left, pass caught. Defense surrounds him, just a short gain on that completion. That completion makes it second and medium. And there's the handoff. The tackle is made, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what that's about. Offside defense.
What I always love to see on these offsides call is when they're always pointing at each other. You know, he did it. I didn't do it. Put it on him. Well, we know this time it's on the defense. They're going to make the right call.
Fires it to the wideout. And it's incomplete. He just missed his target, overthrowing it. Here we go, third and short in the 7th play of this drive. Can he make it to the marker? And they get the third down conversion. Football moves now to the 45. See what the call is on first and 10. Wants to throw it. Looks like he's going to run it. Slides down, will avoid the tackle. Hold. Solid gain on the play there, wiped out by the penalty flag. The offense comes back out there. Not much time left, perhaps just time for a couple plays before the half. Choosing to just throw the ball away that time. Second down play now coming up. Time ticking away. Time for just one more play before halftime. Quarterback looking to throw it on second down. Looking downfield near the end zone.
That's playing to the echo of the whistle here in this first half. They just keep pouring it on. Why not just continue to be aggressive? It's worked out so far for them. What a big lead they've worked up now here in this first half.
And that will do it for the first half here. Kevin Connors now has our halftime update.
Boys, you never quite know what to expect there on South Beach, and we've had a lively first half. And yes, football is a game of inches, but man, is that really the case when you consider the length of some of these possessions. Look, I'm not an analytics guy, but I do know this. The team that sustains drives and just moves the sticks might be the team that comes out on top today. I don't know about you, but I'm ready to watch this one unfold. Back to our guys in the booth.
The Canes will kick it deep to begin the second half. And here's the return from inside the 5. He'll be tackled at the 18. That's good coverage there. Offense comes out to start this drive. First play of the third quarter is a handoff. Solid gain there. Moves the ball out to the 32. This line getting set up. It's a first down play. Quarterback pulls the ball. It's a keeper. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1. Offense now behind the 6 on second down. They need 12 after that first down loss. Play action fake, looking to throw. And that catch is hauled in. Runner scoots out of bounds after gaining decent yards. Important third down play coming up after that completion. And they pick up the first on the ground. Hits into space at the 50. That's enough to move the sticks and give them a first down at the 41. Big chunk play. This offense operating at peak efficiency. Quarterback keeps the football. The defense all over it. They stop him right at the line. Offense getting set. Second down play here. Looking to throw here. And he just throws the ball away there. Nobody open. Excellent coverage. And it's a wildcat look here as they try to convert on third down. Looking to pass here. Here's a fumble way behind the line of scrimmage. The defense has got it. Oh, and he's in the clear down the left side. Can they catch him? Touchdown, Hurricanes. All the way back for a scoop and score. This place going crazy. That is any defender's dream. Comes up with a fumble, takes it back to the house.
I can't believe the speed that this guy has to be able to score. I thought maybe he'd pick it up, maybe go a few yards, but instead he took it all the way to the end zone.
Kicking team out for the PAT try. PAT up and good to get a little bit closer. Got momentum after scoring that touchdown. Now the kickoff team out there to kick it away. Fields it inside the 5-yard line. And he stopped at the 20. Tried to make something happen, but that's good coverage there. And the offense trots back out on the field again. He'll hand it off. Nowhere to run up the middle. Important second down play coming up. Quarterback's got it on the option. Doesn't even get the pitch up before they bring him to the ground. So a tricky situation here. Third and very long inside your own 20. How much of a risk do you take? You know this defense could be very aggressive at this moment. Dropping back, looking to throw for the first down. Quick pass to the flat to a receiver. The defense stops him short of the marker, so it's fourth down coming up. Completion doesn't pick up first down yardage. Punting team on the field. coverage team able to bring the returner to the ground. And the Miami offense is back on the field. They were clicking last time. Great protection. The pitch and catch was solid. Right down for a touchdown. The receiver grabs it. Breaks loose at the 45. They make the stop after a big gain all the way to the 34. And now the timeout is called by the defense. They've got some things to work out here. The offense will set up on 1st and 10. To throw, it's Anderson. And the pass is incomplete. After the incompletion, it's 2nd and 10 from the 34. And he's back to throw again on 2nd down. Running back has it on a screen now. They stopped the receiver, but that's a solid gain on that play. So now it's 3rd and short from the plus 25. They're in field goal range. Let's see what the call is. They're thinking about touchdown, of course. And he's tackled, but only after picking up a 1st down. The Hurricanes looking to keep this drive rolling. Receiver in motion now. Off the play fake, looking to throw. Oh, they trap him for a sack.
The defender did not bite on the fake at all. They were in pass rush mode the entire time.
Second down now after the sack. Quarterback drops back. And the receivers got it. And they bring him down after a solid gain, but it's still well short of the 1st down marker. Offense thinking touchdown, not field goal, facing a 3rd and long from the 20-yard line. Dropping back, looking to throw for the 1st down. Can't hold on. Good defensive play, brings up a 4th down. So they're short on 4th down, and the coach decides to trot out the field goal team. And it sails right through the middle of the uprights. Solid kick. And that will tie the game here.
Snap, the hold, the kick, everything there perfect to put 3 points up here for the offense.
So after the field goal, the kicker out there again to boot it away. And he takes this from inside the 5. And the coverage team pins him in and brings him down. Offense ready to start this drive. And they'll use the ground game here. And they try the middle, but stuck for no gain. 2nd down play coming up for this offense. And this one goes nowhere. Lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage. Looking to convert on 3rd down. They come to the line in the Wildcat formation. Always looking to throw. On the attempted trickery, backfires, and now it's 4th down. And here comes the punter onto the field. He's on to boot it away now. And the returner is tackled by this punt coverage team. And here comes the Miami offense back out onto the field. They settled for a field goal in the last possession. They're looking for the end zone, no doubt, here. Takes the handoff. It's Jackson. It'll be smothered right at the line for no gain. Quickly behind the sticks here after the loss. 2nd down and 11. Looking to throw. It's Anderson. And they get the completion. They get him down pretty quickly, but it's a solid gain in that short throw. 3rd down upcoming after that completion. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Looking for a man deep down the left side. And it's incomplete. They let it fly on 3rd down, but now it brings up 4th. The Canes will line up to kick it away. Here comes punt number 6 tonight. The leg has got to be getting sore. The punt bounces and goes out of bounds, so no chance at a return here. Offense makes its way on the field, ready to start the drive. And the quarterback keeps it on the option. Has the 1st down and more. They tackle him at the 38. Solid gain. Nice play there. So one play moves the ball to the 38. Another 1st down. And the quarterback keeps it here. Breaking free at midfield. Tackle made after a big play all the way to the 41. Back-to-back chunk plays to begin the drive. The defense on their heels. QB decides to keep it here. Fighting him off. They stop him after a 6-yard gain. So 2nd and 4. Offense goes to the pistol formation now. Quarterback wants to throw it on 2nd down. It's a short completion to the big tight end. And a touchdown to the big tight end. We're seeing it more and more on Saturdays and Sundays, Kurt.
Well, the tight end saying, hey, guys, don't forget about me. Don't forget I'm a pretty good player, too. All the attention being put on the wide receivers out on the perimeter. It's going to make this defense have to focus on the interior, making sure where that tight end is and trying to slow him down.
Now the all-important extra point. PAT puts him in front by 7. So after putting up the touchdown, the kickoff team is out there to boot it away. Return begins inside the 10. And he stopped at the 19. Good job by the coverage team. And the Hurricanes offense retakes the field. They're coming off a quick 3-and-out, so looking to put something together in this drive with a little more urgency. 0 running room. Stop right at the line of scrimmage. Getting set. Here's 2nd down. No connection there. The pass is incomplete. They're backed up here trying to make something happen on 3rd and long. Back to pass. It's Anderson. Quick throw to his receiver. Finds a man downfield. That's a big gain to the right. Moves the ball out across the 30. That's good for a 1st down. Back to throw again. Grab behind the line. It's Jackson. That play is blown up. Defense makes the tackle in the backfield. What's the play call here on 2nd down for this offense? There's the snap. Looking to throw the ball. He bought some time, now lets it go. Pass is incomplete. The defense affecting the quarterback with pressure there. Offense will try to convert a 3rd and long from the 27. We'll see if the defense brings the blitz. Takes the snap and takes off on the run. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1. And the Canes will have to kick this away. And the returner elects to fair catch it. No return. And here comes the offense back out onto the field now. Quarterback still with the football. And he's stopped after gaining 4 yards. So 2nd and 6. The back behind the quarterback now in the pistol. Thrown quickly. Caught in the right flat. Tackle, but only after picking up a fresh set of downs. So the offense with the 1st and 10 now. The football placed exactly at midfield. Ball handed off. Some hard running there through a tackle.
You know, in the RPO game, the quarterback's got to make really sound decisions on that read. Either give it when it's the right time or you pull it out and make the throw. Here, I think he's kind of in that gray area, decides to hand it off and at least picked up some positive yards.
Not going to be easy here. Backed up a long way to go for a 1st down. And he'll drop back here on 3rd down. Caught behind the line. It's Erickson. They go backwards on that 3rd down completion. Sets up a 4th down. And it's a solid punt headed toward the sideline. And the first play of the drive now set up at the 27. It's a quarterback keeper. Sophomore with a strong tackle there. 2nd down after that previous play. A play action looking to throw. Short throw complete to the tight end. Tackle's made, but not before he makes the 43-yard line. This drive is going now. 1st down and 10 now. Off the play fake, looking to throw. Grab behind the line. It's Carney. Stopped right there at the line. No gain. Second down play coming up. Caught over the middle. It's Gilbert. Oh, and he's in the clear now. It's a foot race. They finally tackle him down at the 1 after that catch and run.
This is what's so dangerous about this offense, Chris. They have the ability to put the ball in the air downfield and really stretch those safeties back. This time they hit it for a big gain.
The Hurricanes look to keep this drive moving. Touchdown, Miami. This offense cannot be stopped. They're set now to try the PAT. The PAT is up and good, so we're tied up here in the third quarter. Kickoff team out there, they are fired up after just scoring a touchdown. Return starts from inside the 5. They'll be tackled at the 18. That's good coverage there. And one final play before the end of the quarter. Ball handed to the running back. Bites off a defender. Brought down after a short gain. Now it's 4 fingers in the air. Get ready for the 4th coming up. We get to the end of 3. It's been a tremendous competitive battle, Kirk, as we check out some of the stats so far. And let's see how this one unfolds in the final quarter, set to get underway. Offense getting set for a second down here to begin the quarter. Quarterback looking to connect with the receiver here. And he just throws it away there. Safe move. Had nobody open. And it's a wildcat look here to try to convert on 3rd down. Looking to pass here. Nowhere to go here, and the ball is knocked loose. The offense makes the recovery and takes off. And the punt team makes its way onto the field. Just able to get it away. And the returner brought down by the coverage team. And the Miami offense is back on the field. The last possession was a passing game clinic. They moved it right down for a touchdown. Can they keep it going? Receiver looks it in. It's complete. He's brought down quickly. A short gain gets them a few yards closer to the marker. Play action fake. Looking to throw. Grab down the middle. It's Jackson. Defense makes the stop very close to a 1st down. They could use some yards here on 3rd down. A field goal try would be from 54. It's a keeper trying to get to the marker.
Good call here by the offensive coordinator to go with quarterback sneak here on 3rd and inches, and he's going to get the 1st down. It's a great time to catch the defense off guard. Get up to the line of scrimmage quickly, get the lineman down, quarterback under the center, quick snap, and get the yardage you need for the 1st down.
Tackle made at the 24-yard line. This offense really threatening now. Tight end goes in motion before the snap. And in 1st down, they go right back to him. They bring him down, but a solid run there by the sophomore. The Canes will line up on 1st and 10. He'll hand it off. They stop him after a 6-yard gain, so 2nd and 4. Receivers are bunched together. Back to throw. It's Anderson. Catch made, looking for the goal line. Brought down at the 5 after the catch. The offense really threatening now. 3rd down, it's a handoff. And he will be stuffed for no gain. So on fourth down, here comes a crucial field goal attempt. The kick is good. He knocked it right down the middle. And that puts them back on top.
Well, you talk about a clutch kick. Good job by the snapper and the holder. The kicker gives them the lead. But remember, this one is certainly a long way from being over here in the fourth.
Following the field goal, the kickoff team is out there now. They'll return it from inside the 10-yard line. Gets it to the 25-yard line. That's where they'll start the drive. Here comes the offense looking to start the drive. Starts with a quick pass to the left off the RPO. And the defense swarms, not much of a gain on that completion. Now it's second down here. And the quarterback looking to make a play through the air. Short connection to the tight end here. Defense reacts quickly, a very short gain on the play. It's a ball at the 30. This is a manageable third down play for the offense. Quarterback pulls the ball. It's a keeper. Goes backwards, losing 3 yards there. Special teams on the field now. Here comes a punt. This one will be fair caught. And here comes the Miami offense back out onto the field. Kept out of the end zone last time. Had to settle for a short field goal. Can they improve upon that here? Looking downfield. It's Anderson. It's incomplete. They waited all game for a chance to intercept one. Instead, it's second down. After the incompletion on first down, looking to throw it again. Oh, and it's almost picked off. A chance for their first interception today. Going to set up third down. Dropping back, looking to throw for the first down. Caught over the middle. It's Gilbert. They make the stop just short of the marker. It's going to be fourth down and inches to go. They'll kick it away here. Choosing to return the punt. And the returner brought down by that coverage team. Offense makes their way on the field. They'll go with the ground game here. Running back takes the handoff. Refuses to. Look at that. He's still going. Breaks clear over the middle. Can they catch him?
Boy, just a great job here by the offensive line and the running back to be able to get this ball into the end zone late in the game like this. Now in the fourth quarter to give them the lead.
So they'll try to add to the lead now with the PAT. PAT up and good. So the lead is 4 here in the final quarter. You got momentum after scoring that touchdown. Now the kickoff team out there to kick it away. Fields it just outside the goal line. Coverage team brings down the returner. And the Hurricanes offense retakes the field. This group is coming off a quick 3-and-out. Can they put something together in this drive? They'll bring him down just short of the 20. Again, makes it second and medium. Scanning the field. It's Anderson. Couldn't find anybody open and just has to throw it away. Interesting play call here. Third and short inside their own 20. They want to get this drive going, or a punt could give the opponents excellent field position. The pass rush closing in. And that's incomplete. They weren't afraid to let it fly, but it brings up a fourth down. The Hurricanes will have to kick it away. No fair catch. He feels the punt. And the returner will be brought down. Okay, so here comes the offense back on the field again. Quick throw caught on the left side. They get him down quickly. Not much of a gain on that completion. offense getting set. It's second down. Looks right for a quick completion. And you'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Offense been in reverse here. Now a long way to go to convert this third down. Trying to get the throw off. Third down attempt unsuccessful. They'll punt it away. And the punt will bounce out of bounds inside the 10. You can't do it any better than that. And the Miami offense is back on the field. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Caught in the backfield. It's Jackson. He picks up 9, so just short of the first down. Second and 1. Looking for a receiver. On the run, he'll let it go. And it's intercepted as he threw it back across his body that time. Tackle made after a short return, but the pick ends that threat. And the offense makes its way onto the field, hoping for a successful drive. Quarterback keeps the football. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2. Running play goes backwards, makes it second down and 12 now. They're going to run the option. Defense gets him down, but they'll take the gain on that play. One of the biggest plays we've had so far. Third down and the crowd really getting into it. Shotgun formation. Here's an inside handoff. And the defense smothers him for no gain. The offense will stay on the field for this fourth down attempt. From the shotgun, drops back. Quick throw complete to the tight end. Takes the football inside the 30, and that's a first down. A new set of downs after that completion. Grinding away with a running game. Picks up 2, so it's second and 8. And now a timeout taken by the defense, trying to preserve as much clock as possible for their offense. Looking to pass here on second down. Brought down for a loss after the completion. Not what they were looking for. And now it's the defense that calls timeout here, trying to get organized and preserve as much clock as possible. Catch made on the out route. Defense surrounds it. Just a short gain on that completion. So the clock stops as we head into the final 2 minutes of play here. This defense needing to step up and make a play now. So on fourth down, out trots the place kicker in a very big spot here. Knocks that one right down the middle.
Well, Chris, it's a nice kick here to polish off that drive with at least 3 points up on the board.
So after coming away with 3 in that drive, the kickoff team is out. Bringing it out, it's Jackson. And it'll be tackled right at the 20. That's a good job by the coverage team. Here's the first play of the drive now from the 20-yard line. Looking to pass, it's Anderson. Makes the grab, it's Gilbert. And he runs out of bounds. That's a big gainer there. Here we go, trailing late in the game here. Serious urgency for this offense right now. On first and 10, looking to throw. Looking for a late, deep throw. Oh, would have been a game-clinching interception. Couldn't hold on. Brings up second down. Tight game. Final 2 minutes. Can the offense make a play here? And they desperately need it. Caught quickly.
Just a good job here by the quarterback. Got the ball out to his receiver. His guy eats up some yards. They stay ahead of the sticks.
Looking to throw again. Turns it loose downfield. That one is incomplete. The defender was right there, and it brings up fourth down now. Down by 7. They've got to convert here for a chance to tie this game. Fourth down. Drops back, looking to throw for it. Tries the right with a quick throw. And it's incomplete to end the drive. A turnover on downs. here in the late stages of this game. That's a nice tackle there by the senior. And now a timeout taken by the defense, trying to preserve as much clock as possible for their offense. Offense comes up trying to grind down the clock and secure the W. Breaks into open space. They bring him down at the 18. The offense set up in the red zone with a first down. So with the lead secure here, it's time to just take a knee, run out the clock, and plan the victory celebration. And it's a kneel down. Well, when you're a team that comes in, Kirk, with great expectations, big goals at the end, you're going to get tested. They were tested here today by another ranked team. I was impressed how they responded.
Chris, there's no doubt about it. I think the thing that really stood out to me is the way they played for 4 quarters, just dominating football. And this is a team that's had to deal with being kind of the hunted, the team that knows that every single week teams want to bring them down. They took on a very talented team today and just dominated.
And that is going to do it. We enjoy being here. For Kirk Herbstreit, I'm Chris Fowler, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.